Hi. Hello. We're an hour late today from where I wanted to be because I had a medical appointment. So I just got off the phone for that. And in case you're wondering why the late start. But I'm also not feeling 100%, so I am just gonna do a little chill game clearing. Hopefully, chill game clearing. For the love of God, I hope this is a chill game. But hi, welcome on in, everybody. Hope everyone's having an alright day. I'm feeling okay, I guess. I'm feeling pretty. I'm ups and downs, but I'm currently kind of okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna talk about this again when we get into the game, just so it's all in the gameplay segment as well. But as it turns out, there's actually another Kitsune Tales. There's an 8-bit one. Well, Kitsune Tales is 8-bit too, but basically in the lead up of Kitsune Tales, they redid one of their older games with theming and new story elements to tie into Kitsune Tales. So this is called Kitsune Zero. I'm very interested in trying this out. I played one world of it for the sake of capture testing, but beyond that, I have not seen much past it. I have seen like how to get to the secret worlds though. But that's basically the extent of what I have seen in this game. Because we're getting a late start as is, we're gonna jump into the game now, not waste any more time. Here we go. So, to provide a little bit of context for this developer put out Super Bernie World, I think in 2020, which is like a Mario-inspired game. That was like a free release. But then a couple of years after, around 2022, I want to say, and actually about a year after Kitsune Tales was announced, they basically redid the game as a prequel to Kitsune Tales. So you can actually choose both, which is nice. So it's not like one is overwriting the other. You have access to both, but this also adds a bunch of bonus levels and like story content. So we're gonna do another game clearing. We're gonna see how this game goes to get through it.
Kitsune Zero.
This one is a bit more Mario 1 inspired compared to the other being more Mario 3. One thing worth noting is there are difficulty options. We'll be playing on normal difficulty. As far as I can tell, the only difference is enemies move faster, which isn't a huge deal. But we also still have cutscenes and everything, so that's nice.
The samurai of the Ogre Fang clan have formed a pact with a faction of ambitious evil spirits to conquer the surrounding region. The Onmyoji, a group of diplomats, scholars, sages, and wizards dedicated to peace and stability, discovered the plot and have called upon the Kitsune, messengers and servants of the deity Inari. Our story begins as Yumi, an adventure-loving Kitsune, is meeting with Yasunori, a young, bookish Onmyoji.
The dark pact the Ogre Fang clan made with the Oni is already destabilizing the region. We need your help to stop them!
It was smart of the Onmyoji to send such a cutie to ask for help.
Thank you! Will you aid us?
Sure, but I'll need you to do your part as well.
Of course. But I'm not a warrior. So you'll have to do the adventuring, while I stay here to prepare the ritual.
Ooh, what do you need me to do?
I need you to gather the 3 Ogre Fang relics. With those, I can cast the ritual to break the spirit pact.
Sure, it sounds fun. And when I get back, we can go on a date.
So for additional context of Kitsune Tales, this is Yuzu's mom, basically, and her dad. But yeah, we play as Yumi. We have more of a traditional power-up system, I think. So we have the onigiri obviously as our mushroom equivalent, but we also have like a traditional fire flower from what I've seen. But yeah, the only difference between normal and hard as far as I can tell is that the enemies move faster, and that's the only thing I could find online about it also. It's also worth mentioning you can't break blocks in this, which is kind of interesting. So yeah, this was originally like a parody game that kind of got rebranded into a Kitsune Tales prequel when they started working on that game. Originally it was like, I think 4 worlds, but they added an additional 8 worlds to Kitsune Zero, which is like the paid release. But again, you can get the original version for free, which is kind of cool. It's a very interesting idea trying to do like spiritual successors to games and trying to like recapture the magic, if that makes sense. But this is very much like, it's got the vibe down, and I said this about actual Kitsune Tales too, where it's like, it very much has the art style down, like the color palette and everything. Here's our star equivalent, though we don't turn into a little fop like in, Kitsune Tales. Yeah, I hope everyone's doing okay. Alright. So far, so good. Though, I guess some of the worlds are a little bit hidden, so we'll see that later. I did see a video of those. Oh, hi Zon. Hope you're doing okay. Tired? Yeah, that makes sense. I feel like every time I take an extended break from streaming, I'm immediately out of practice of streaming. Hi Esper, welcome on in. But yeah, this is gonna be kind of a short / low-key stream today, I think. It was kind of meant to be anyway, because of this, like, appointment. But I also just was not having the best day, so... best to just chill a bit. I had other things in mind, and again, we're gonna get around to this at some point, but I do have a BizHawk Shuffler planned of childhood games that are very cursed. But again, that'll probably be later this week or next week. What else? And we have some more of the, like, Fox Girl's favorite schemes beyond that, too. I already have, like, I'm trying to unlock stuff for one of them. It doesn't seem like you can fire kill this boss, from what I can tell. Which is kind of annoying, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna tank a hit there, because it'll be a little bit faster. I do like the small sprite for Yumi, it's very cute, very, what's the word I'm looking for? Scrunkly? No, I have off days. Oh, I hope you feel better, Esper.
It is too late for you and the Onmyoji to stop us, Kitsune.
Oh, you actually think you can win? That's adorable.
Do not mock the Ogre Fang clan. Our might is beyond your comprehension.
You keep telling yourself that. Anyhow, I'm off to nab the next relic.
The story feels a lot more to the point, obviously. I mean, we don't have the intrigue of a love triangle like in actual Kitsune Tales. Let's see. I do like the little smiley clouds. Oh, that's a ghost. Cool. Are they coming out of these lanterns? Is that what I'm picking up on? Are these like bullet bills? That's what I'm trying to gauge, but they're not actually firing anymore. Alright, these are very short levels. Never mind, we're not at the end. Oh god, we have Hammer Bros. Just what I wanted to see, clearly. Also, I feel like the jump at the end is a little bit different than actual Mario, because it's really hard to hit the top of that. Like, I feel like I'm kind of hitting the upper middle. Which is no problem, obviously, but just something I've noticed. There's no life system, so there's no real reason to aim for the top every time. Yeah, there should be 4 worlds of the main game, and then like 8 bonus worlds. We'll try to get through all of that on this stream. It shouldn't be that bad. Again, how long have we been on this? Under like 10 minutes of the actual gameplay, and we're already in World 2. In theory, this should be pretty quick. And again, if I enjoy it enough, and if it's not too you know, difficult, I might try to go through again and do a hard mode playthrough, just for the sake of saying I've completed the game. You know, not that it really matters if the only difference is enemy speed-ups. I do like the little raccoons, like, taking you to the next level. That's a very cute touch. But yeah, the other major difference in structure is we have 2 acts, then a castle, rather than 3 acts. I'm playing very reckless. Alright, also I noticed that this is Mario 1 rules, like NES Mario 1 rules, of if you get hit, you revert to small Yumi. You don't, like, keep your, you know, full full power, basically. Shit. I was trying to dodge, but it didn't exactly go the way I'd hoped. But it's fine. Yeah, we're already done with World 2, so again, this should be a very, very easy playthrough. I'm sure I won't regret saying that whatsoever.
Ugh, you again? Are you here to monologue some more?
Your disrespectful attitude is shameful.
Well, if we're sharing our feelings, go hit your head on a corner of tofu and die!
Yumi continues to be very, very good. And she was a very fun character in the main game, albeit she wasn't in it that much. Alright, alright, that looked a lot scarier than it actually was. That's good. Neat. Warhammer Bro equivalents. I wonder if they do the Mario 1 thing where if you, like, try to stall them out, they'll charge at you eventually. Like, I can picture this game doing that. Kitsune Tales was a pretty interesting game, because it felt very difficult to me. Like, not, you know, unmanageably difficult, but it was a lot tougher than I was expecting it to be. So again, so far this has been pretty breezy, and it makes me wonder if I am going to regret saying, hey, this doesn't seem that difficult so far. I'm probably going to regret it. Also, again, just a couple other notes while we're going through these levels. It's like, I did adjust the tails on my VTuber model ever so slightly. They're angled slightly lower. And the reason for that is so that the tail wouldn't keep clipping into the gameplay screen. I am actually kind of second-guessing the gameplay screen, though. Part of me almost wants to go back to full screen. Just for the sake of some games being a little bit, like, small and text is a little bit hard to read. But you do have the problem of, oh, my model's blocking things. Oh, the chat's gonna block things. So I do have the question, and I feel like I need to ask others for second opinions on this, but, like, whether I should go back to having everything full screen, or if I should leave things in a window like this. I do like being able to have, like, you know, channel links, and we do have a donation goal. I definitely need to plug that a lot more. Below the stream, you can find actual incentives of, like, oh, if we meet this threshold, I'll have to play this game or that game. And same with, like, follow goals and everything. So again, I do have goals set up. I don't talk about them nearly enough. Like, to be honest, and again, as you might expect, donating is completely optional. Just watching is very nice. I say as I'm trying to not die. Huh. Okay. So far so good. Oh shit, that's bad. That's real bad, actually. Because I've been, like, tanking damage a lot in these fights. So actually having to get around... Yeah, bad feeling. Oh, thank you, Esper, for the resub. I forget what I even set for a goal, but it's like 10 concurrent subs, and again, I literally don't remember what it was. So again, the actual sub goal is gonna be a little bit off, I think, because... I literally don't... Again, I'm counting as concurrent, basically. I have other things in mind, too, like, Wow, okay. I have other plans in mind. I'm kind of debating because they kind of involve other people is the only thing. Like, I need to ask friends if I should set up like a multiplayer game incentive, because then I need to actually have people ready to go to play these games in theory. So again, that is something I need to work out. One thing I do notice about this game that I don't really like is I sometimes will pick up on like micro stutters. Like, I checked on Steam actually, and it will just like drop to like 55 FPS like momentarily, and then go back up for a little bit. So like, I don't know what entirely is causing that, but in a platformer, like having a little micro stutters like that isn't the best thing. So yeah, unfortunately, there are little stutters that have kind of caused problems, especially when I was practicing and I wasn't expecting it. I am expecting it more now, so it's not causing as many issues, I say, as I've died numerous times on the stage because I'm playing very recklessly. Well, that takes care of World 3. We definitely could have gone through that a little bit smoother, but oh well. That wasn't too bad, like, what, 3 or 4 deaths? But again, I was also chatting.
Foolish Kitsune. You may have the components for the spell, but we have your onmyoji.
You villains are always capturing cute guys like Yasu. And it's up to heroines like me to save them. Couldn't you guys try something different, like capturing a princess?
You can mock all you want, Kitsune. But my clan will have the last laugh.
That's what you think. I'll be there in 2 shakes of a tail.
Oh, that's where Yusa gets that from. No, I think they already established that, in all fairness, but they do reference this in Kitsune Tales. She does mention saving Yusu's dad at one point. Yeah, this is our like 8-dash equivalent. Whoops. I also don't know about checkpoints, because I haven't really seen any, which is not my favorite thing. But again, these levels are so short, I don't really mind lacking checkpoints, because you're not really punished that much for any screw-ups, basically. I wonder if we'll have a 1-block jump a la Mario 1 8-2. Or 8-1 actually. 8-2 has like the pipe jump, which is really awkward. What do they want us to do here? Never mind, that's really easy actually. Cool. But yeah, I need to update the coffee goal now that I'm thinking about it, because I'm pretty sure I'm not traveling for weekends anytime soon for safety concerns. In a lot of ways, but again, I need to update that at some point. I'm actually using a very interesting controller for this. I'm using an 8-bit M30, which is like their retro controller. It's not entirely the most comfortable for this game, actually, because like the way a Genesis layout works, it kind of feels like you're not meant to hold a run button down. So like, I'm holding, like, in this case, X, which I forgot that would be on an actual Genesis, but like, it's kind of at an upwards angle. Oops. It's at an upwards angle from A, so it's like, I'm kind of having to like twist my thumb a weird way. I was trying to see if B would work as a jump button, it does not, so yeah, it's B and Y. Actually, B and Y might be more comfortable, because they're slightly at a more diagonal angle. So yeah, I have noticed a significant uptick in difficulty in this particular world, so I am wondering what the bonus worlds are going to be like at this rate. Either way, this doesn't seem too unapproachable. Again, I don't know if this is like a good thing to say as I'm actually struggling on this level, but I do kind of pride myself a little bit on my ability to play platformers. I'm obviously not like, you know, able to do like super duper hard ROM hack levels of being good at Mario. But I kind of pride myself as being pretty decent at least. Yeah, about that. To be fair, again, even on like a first playthrough, the best players will still struggle, so I shouldn't be too harsh to myself over messing up a lot in this game, just by the nature of this being unfamiliar to me, and the physics are not one-to-one actual Mario. It actually does feel more like Mario 3's physics in some ways. Shit. Why? Okay. I'm like going backwards from usual. No, wait, that is right. Huh. I don't know why I pressed the wrong button there. I was trying to press the jump button. It is sort of backwards, actually. Because, like, on a SNES, for example, run is Y, usually, and B is jump. In this case, B is jump, Y is, or B is run, Y is, jump. Which, again, positionally makes sense, but it is a little tricky. Also, being, like, a very small indie game, even in comparison to, Kitsune Tales, there is no, like, robust controller support. Like, I'm using an M30 because I have to use an Xbox controller, essentially, or, like, an X input controller. So yeah, that's, like, part of the reason I'm struggling so much. Oh, we're not done yet. Oh. I was hoping that'd be the end, but it's fine. There we go. The one record for this game is also like 7 minutes, by the way. This is a short game, if you're just playing it through, like, main levels. Yeah, we're already on essentially the final level, but again, this does add quite a few bonus levels. I know what happened, actually. My muscle memory got screwed up. Basically what happened was I was using X and A for a bit, but because I found it a little bit uncomfortable, they actually switched, like, positionally, which button is jump and which is run. Alright, that's not too bad. I'm not gonna enjoy doing that a lot. Oh. Oh, hey, Asper, thank you for the gift sub to Zon. Enjoy your one emote, by the way, because I have not added any other emotes. But thank you so much, that means a lot to me. Yeah, okay, we're good, we're alive. But will we survive to the boss? Never mind, they give us a power-up, we're fine. Yeah, that's the only emote I have is... oh.
You may have won this battle, Kitsune, but I will have my vengeance one day. You saved me!
Of course I did. It's hard to go on a date with you if you're a captive.
With Yasunori rescued and the 3 relics gathered, Yasunori cast the ritual and broke the dark pact between the Ogre Fang clan and the evil spirits, leading to the swift and complete destruction of the samurai. Refugees of the war founded a village in their former territory, which later grew by leaps and bounds when it agreed to take in numerous beastkin. As for our heroes, Yumi dragged Yasunori on the date she wanted. Then another, and another. In due course, they were married and had a daughter they named Yuzu. Their family lived in relative peace for many years, until Yuzu grew older. But that is a story for another day, another Kitsune tale.
If you enjoyed this game, make sure to check out the sequel, Kitsune Tales. We can either go to credits or go to bonus levels, so we'll go to the bonus levels for now. So these are new to this particular version, but basically this takes you to Letter Worlds, all the lost levels, and we're gonna do those later. Again, this is like the one thing I did see of this game because I was wondering how to access those. Beyond that, I don't really know what's in store for me. Yeah, thank you so much for that gift sub, Gay Time. We already played Kitsune Tales though, so going backwards, it's like... Also, when do we get to the part with, like, Yumi's polycule? When are we getting a game about that? She mentioned having, like, what, 2 girlfriends or something? And I forget the exact details that she mentioned. Giving you a star for this level is oddly generous, because it's like, huh, you can just kind of breeze through all that. See, spoiler warning for actual Kitsune Tales. Maybe I shouldn't talk about Kitsune Tales, like, if you're watching this out of order. But yeah, I really enjoyed Kitsune Tales, like, straight up. Well, not straight up, gay up, actually. It was a lot of fun. I really vibe with the characters and story. I only have one thing that kind of surprised me, but it actually surprised me in a good way, is not having a traditional, like... Again, without going too deep into it, not having, like, the main romance involve the main character, I thought was really clever. And essentially having, like, ostensibly, like, an Ace Arrow protagonist, I think was very fun. At least that's kind of the implication with Yuzu that I picked up on. Yeah, I highly recommend Kitsune Tales. It's like 20 bucks, but it goes on sale. This one was on sale, like, last week, which is why I picked it up. It was like $3. So I did pick this up just because I'm like, you know what? Heck it, I like Kitsune Tales. I want more of it, so we'll go through this too. And again, I was gonna do something else, but just timing didn't work out today, as it turned out, so, I was like, heck it, we will, just do more of this. And then we'll figure out what we're doing next week. Oh, this is rude. Okay. Things are getting spicy now. Huh. Okay. So to get a power-up, we have to, like, wait. Oh, it just drops here. I was expecting us to have to go, like, the whole stage length for that. I want to say the original, like, game that this is, you know, adapted from was also, like, made in a very short amount of time as well. Which is probably why there's, like, more ambitious level tropes in this. Oh, that hitbox goes far. Okay. Good to know. But yeah, like, this is obviously a lot more straightforward than Kitsune Tales in some ways, like, just by the nature of it being a little bit more 8-bit rather than, like, 16-bit. Well, again, Kitsune Tales is, like, trying to do both, kind of. It's, like, kind of in the middle between 8-bit and 16-bit in a way that I actually really vibe with, but it makes it hard to, like, pin down a style, if that makes sense. Okay. Okay. Cool. Also, I do feel like the coins and point system does feel a little bit like there's not as much of a point to it by the nature of there not being lives. So again, that's an interesting choice to have like a traditional point system, I think. Well, that went very smoothly, actually. Shockingly so. Oh, we don't get any more story because we already saved Yasunori. That was something else that was really fun to me in Kitsune Tales when Yumi's talking about, you know, their initial adventure, and it's like the sort of inversion of like, yeah, she's the one who saved him, which is like, I should have known that because Kitsune Zero exists, but I kind of forgot, to be honest. But maybe I was also kind of not expecting these to be like as interconnected, like, you know, kind of a bloodstained situation where it's like Bloodstained Curse of the Moon is kind of in a spin-off territory from Ritual of the Night. Where it's like, they're not really canon to each other, they're both kind of in their own universe, and even more so when you toss in Curse of the Moon 2, it gets a lot more, like, messy. I do like this pink color palette for Yumi. Yeah, so far these worlds don't seem too bad. I don't imagine these being that much of an issue for the, hard mode variants. Just gotta be a little bit more cautious. I am rushing more than I should be, just by the nature of... I'm streaming it, and I'm impatient, so I wanna, like, keep the flow up, basically. But if I was playing on my own time and actually taking my time with everything, I don't see hard mode being that bad. Again, I might regret saying that. But again, at some point I might try to complete it, just to have it marked as complete on Backloggery. By the way, backloggery.com/Yuna. Yuna Lee, I don't remember if it's Yuna Lee or Yuna Lee Fox, to be honest. I forget which one is which on various platforms. I should have a command for it, but I don't remember what the command was actually labeled. But yeah, if you want to see what games I own, you can check there. Which can be very good for the sake of suggesting games, because I do have some plans in the works about, like, having viewer choices for games. Nothing concrete yet, just because I'm a little bit, uncertain on how to deal with it. Like, obviously, I don't think I'm at the point where I can do, like, sub-choices. However, I thought about using channel points as a way to suggest games for stream. Okay. Okay. I don't know why I was, like, going on my way to collect that. I actually have a lot of commands set up, but I don't really, like, remember to use them very often. Like, I have a socials command for, like, social links. Hell, there's something secret that I've never talked about, like... Well, I have talked about it very briefly, but there's stuff I'm working on that I actually haven't mentioned that there's already a command for. I set up a command, and yet it's not actually something I've promoted whatsoever. Which I know is very cryptic when I put it that way. Alright, World 6 was actually not that bad, all things considered. Again, I almost thought that was going to be a lot tougher, but it was actually pretty straightforward. So we'll see what World 7 has in store for us. I must just run straight into our Kappa. Kappas as Koopas is just the logical thing. Like, that's just very self-explanatory. Like... I'm not sure what some of the enemies are supposed to be. Like the little lantern ghosts, I don't know if these are supposed to be, like, based on anything. Also, like, the rolling heads here, I'm not sure what they're meant to be either. I also missed the slight feedback of, like, the point total for defeating an enemy popping up on screen. It's a little thing, but just, like, a little bit of, like, cathartic gameplay design that is not here. And again, I almost feel like hit stun might be nice, like on a bounce, to some extent. But you do have the risk of, like, throwing off your rhythm. Alright, also you can't bounce off enemies, you just get this little, like, short hop. So it is like Mario 1 in that regard, unlike Kitsune Tales, where you do have the standard ability to bounce off of an enemy. Again, it just kind of comes with the territory of just being more Mario 1 inspired, rather than Mario 3. Again, it is a case of, like, you know, I'm dying a lot, but I'm actually having a good time. I need to try more actual ROM hacks, is my takeaway. Oddly enough, I need to actually just sit down and look up, like, 3mix and stuff like that. Cause, like, I really like, you know, like, the idea of, like, fan projects like this. Like, spiritual successors, and, yeah. A lot of times they can take the mechanics of, like, Mario and make something totally new out of it that's, like, completely unheard of. Like, if you look up, like, a games like Quick and see all the wild stuff they're doing with Mario World, it's like, how is this even possible? What kind of witchcraft is this? Like, from a pure technical level, how do they have, like, gravity mechanics? How do they have, like, less wall climbing? It's, like, wild what, like, they managed to get out of Mario World. Now I have kind of elected for a claw grip, which might not be the best strategy. I currently have my... Huh? Oh. Okay, I thought we had the enemy bounce. That threw me off. Also, I feel like the bullet bill equivalent only fires one way, it doesn't fire both ways. So that's actually kind of nice. But yeah, I have my index finger on X and my thumb on A, which is as uncomfortable as it sounds on a Genesis controller. Okay, I'm not entirely sure how you're supposed to get that without just plummeting. Yeah, I need to not claw grip this. This is a terrible idea. The other problem with the M30 that I am having is... This was the problem when we played Guilty Gear, like, god, 4 months ago at this point. No longer, because Daisy was October, so that's gotta be like 5 months at this point. But my other issue with the M30 is it's a Genesis-style controller, so the top row buttons are smaller than the bottom row buttons. I wish they were uniform. Kind of like a Hori fight pad, like where all it's a 6-button controller, but they're all like uniform in size. That's my one grievance with this controller, as I wish the buttons were more uniform. It would be, you know, untrue to the source material of the Genesis, but it would actually make for a much more comfortable controller, I think. That's just me. That's my personal preference, and also partly because I want it for fighting games, because 6-button controllers are good for those. So it does have the problem of, like, you know, trying to do certain combos is not actually that easy when, like, X and, Y are really small, especially as someone who plays Strive and, like, relies arguably too much on slash. Heavy slash is no problem, B is normal size, but like Y is tiny, so like close slash, far slash, that's a little bit hard to hit in a combo. And punch is like really in a weird spot because of X being so tiny. Yeah, for platformers, it's actually not bad. If I ever do a Celeste playthrough, which is in the cards for eventually, I have no clue when a Celeste playthrough will happen, because, like, with this whole Fox Girls Favorites idea that I had, if I go in order, Celeste being a 2018 game, that's gonna be a bit. Wait, what? Huh? You can actually just move like that. Okay. Weird, that threw me off. Like, I'm not sure if that's intended, but you can, like, move while crouching. Weird. Got no idea if that's on purpose or not, but interesting nonetheless. Actually very helpful, in some areas, but also very silly looking, seeing Yumi sliding along the ground like that. Yeah, this jump's a little mean. Not too bad, though. It's actually easier with small Yumi, because obviously you're not bumping up against the ceiling quite as much. Shoot. That's a problem. So we'll have to see how this goes. Oh, okay, he'll just give it to me. That works. Thanks, game. Yeah, if I were to play a Mario ROM hack, it would probably be the Mario 3 mix, which is like a remix of Mario 3, as the name implies. I know the first world is basically just Mario 1, World 1, so it's not the most exciting. But they bring in a lot of unique elements past that, to my understanding. But again, I've never played past, like, World 1. Kind of like actual Kitsune Tales, I do feel like some of the enemy hitboxes can be a little bigger than you might think. So like, oh, you should be able to jump on this enemy, and then you just barely like clip it. I didn't mean to demonstrate it again. I meant to actually jump on the Kappa, but... yeah, like that killed me the previous time I tried that, so I'm not entirely sure what happened there. I also can't tell the difference between the red Kappas and the blue. Because in theory, the red should not run off platforms a la Mario, but the green ones weren't either. So I literally can't tell what's different about them. Alright, so far so good. I will say also the level theming doesn't feel very, like, traditional, if that makes sense. So for example, games like this can have issues where you can see what exactly they're basing on. Not even just fan games, just games period. The one I always go to is Yoshi's New Island, where it's like, this definitely feels like a, copy my homework, but don't make it obvious kind of a game, where it's like the level tropes line up very closely to actual Yoshi's Island, which just makes it feel like I just want to be playing Yoshi's Island. I'm going to be playing Yoshi's Island, but mid. Why don't I just play the actual game if it's going to hit the same exact level tropes in the same order? So... it's like a weird remix of Yoshi's Island in a way that feels very ROM hacky in some ways, but not, like, fun. I'm probably too harsh on Yoshi's Island, or Yoshi's New Island in all fairness, but I also grew up with Yoshi's Island, so it's a game that means a lot to me. Again, we'll talk about that later probably in this series, but because of that, New Island just feels like sort of like a pale imitation, in a way that's like kind of upsetting actually. And then, like, Yoshi's Woolly World feels like a more original kind of sequel to Yoshi's Island, so that is probably, like, straight up my favorite Yoshi game, even though I have nostalgia for Island 1. I think I actually like Woolly World more. That being said, I don't know if it would come up in the Fox Girls Favorites series, just by the nature of, it is, like, one of my favorite games, but I also don't have a lot of, like, attachment to it the same way I would with, like... yeah, original Yoshi's Island. I feel like a problem I have, if you can call it a problem, is I tip my hat too much. Cause like, I'm excited about a lot of my streaming plans, which means I just kind of end up talking about them, and it's like, I should have kept that a secret, shouldn't I? And like, kept it a surprise, instead of just saying, hey, I want to stream this game in the future. I know it's partly, you know, gauging interest in some ways. Or giving some idea of, like, what's to come. Don't like this. Okay. That felt a little scary, but we made it. We're fine. But yeah, there's the other issue that has been pointed out in the past of, like, I have so many plans that it's just a matter of I just need to do them. And some of them are gonna take bloody forever. It's like, I don't know how I'm gonna tackle Xenoblade 2. That's gonna be a beast of a project. Again, my plan for Xenoblade, all of them actually, except X probably. Your plans show passion? That's true. That's a good way of looking at it. But the other thing with Xenoblade is I am planning specifically to do New Game Plus. I still project that this will take a long-ass time. Like, Xenoblade 2, even New Game Plus, will probably take at least like 10 streams. Like 30 hours? I don't think that's unreasonable. Unless I just skip a lot, which I feel like would almost be not in the spirit of Fox Girls Favorites to skip everything, and then like... Because like the whole point is to show my passion for this game, therefore I feel like I should show as much as I can. But also, oh no, Ursula, if you know, you know. Oh, shoot, is that what they want me to do here? Damn, that's tricky. Hi AC, welcome on in. Hope you're doing okay. We're just never escaping Fox games at the moment. I should do Star Fox after this, just because it would be funny. Like, I've never finished Star Fox 1. But also motion sickness is a massive concern I have for Star Fox 1. For me as well, not just potential, like, viewers. It's like everybody could get motion sickness, myself included, which would not be fun. Yeah, it's like, what do they want me to do here, is the problem. Wait, that's actually really easy. Yeah, that's actually really easy, I was just overthinking. And I didn't have enough momentum for that jump, so oops. Well, at least we figured out the scary part. This is the- oh shoot, I'm just gonna take the L. This is the last of the regular quote-unquote levels. There is a separate world, a special world after this, that we will be tackling as well, just for the sake of showing everything. Get as close to a complete game clear as we can, since, you know, we're here. I also feel like the time limit is really generous in a way that's kind of like, why is it there? Like, Kitsune Tales gets rid of the time limit, and it's like, yeah, I don't think anything of value is actually lost by not having a time limit. The weird part is the psychology of playing a Mario 1 inspired game versus a Mario 3 inspired game, when the Mario 1 inspired game still plays like Mario 3, physics-wise. The problem is, I keep expecting jumps to work the same way as Mario 1. So for example, the way you carry momentum in Mario 1 is very different than Mario 3, and I keep trying to play it that way. So like, for example, you can do a lot of like mid-air turnarounds. Spirit of the North? I know I have Neva. I think that's like Fox inspired, but I also would want to play Grease, or however that's pronounced, G-R-I-S. However that's supposed to be pronounced first, because that's the same dev. I don't know what Zon is saying true to, but... like I'm playing a lot of Fox games, or something else. I may be a little slow on the draw sometimes. Like, I do this like ADHD thing, slash short-term memory loss thing, where I can have a conversation and immediately forget what I was talking about. Like, if I see if I see like a distraction in the middle of a conversation, I'll be like, ooh, shiny, and then completely forget what I was talking about. It'll be like a minute. Anyway, what were we talking about? This is a bit. Me saying it this time is a bit. Not all the time, but this time. You know what game I really want to play is Psychonauts. That's one I want, because I own 3 copies of it for one thing. And 2, everyone like raves about it. On my own time, I've been playing Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Which has been weird playing a game from my own time. It also is bad for my sleep schedule because I'm really enjoying the game. And I'm staying up like ungodly late playing it because I'm having so much fun with it. At one point, I think it was like Zon, who was like, why are you up at like 8 AM my time? I was like, yeah, that was why. I don't think I explained it, actually. Oh shit, that was a lag spike. Oh no, that sucks. But yeah, this game will just suddenly have like lag, or like a frame drop. It's really unfortunate. Because it's pretty fun other than that, but again, that just is... it can really screw you up when that happens. Oh, this is kind of disgusting actually at the end. Alright, one more for the road. I think we're getting the hang of this. This is definitely entering ROM hack level energy. Yeah, I almost want to do a thing now. But I also don't have said person on my friend list, so I can't even, like, gift him this game. Because I know he's streamed Kitsune Tales at one point. This game is, like, very short. Therefore, could work for reasons. Jesus, why am I botching this so bad? There we go. It's funny, I'm not even that religious, or religious at all for that matter. And I still like say, oh my god, all the time. It's really weird how I still have these like idioms in my vernacular. Yeah, this level's kind of giving me a little bit of trouble here, but it's fine. I kind of expected it to pick up in difficulty at some point, and I'm also worried about the, letter worlds. You're not supposed to say it if you're devout. That is also a fair point. I'm thinking about in Sonic Heroes, Amy Rose will just say, oh my god, at one point if you, like, fall at a certain spot in, Final Fortress. Like, it's really weird, because that implies the implication of, like, the Christian god in Sonic. Which is like a bizarre train of thought, I feel. Alright, I'm gonna try hold on to this as long as I can so we can tank a hit over here. And again, we can't actually just slide. I probably should be using this a lot more in all fairness. Again, I don't know if that's intended or not, or like an exploit. Wow, okay, it's weird, the boss was so easy compared to everything else we had to fight through. But hey, we're done with the, number worlds now. Crash slide. Hell yeah. So now what? For more challenge, try hard mode. Have you found the secret level? So we're gonna get credits now, I guess. So hey, Kitsune Zero, I recommend this. It's like $3, like $5 at most, when not on sale. Oh, all the enemy names, the Kappa Flappa, that's very clever. Samurai, a UA. Interesting. Yeah, basically this was done as like a prequel tie-in to Kitsune Tales after that was announced. I didn't realize Sean Shiplock was the narrator. I don't know if he's in the actual main game, now that I'm thinking about it. Also interesting, there are different level designers for the bonus worlds. That feels slightly concerning, actually, that different developers worked on those bonus worlds. But we'll have to see how that goes, I guess. But yeah, this is just kind of a nice little cute, chill platformer. Nothing, like, overly, you know, mind-blowing or anything. It was, again, originally a free game at that. But it definitely feels just like a nice little cozy game. Easily beatable in an hour, as I proved. Yeah, this is actually literally Super Bernie World, but reskinned. Like, if you buy it on Steam, you get, like, this, and that, and you can just, like, pick which one you want on the title screen. Like, it's literally the same thing. Yeah, basically just reskinning that game to tie into Kitsune Tales. Yeah, this was, again, just a nice little chill platformer. Again, Kitsune Tales is also very fun. I thoroughly enjoyed that game. cute short games are fine. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of short games on my game clearing. I did one called You're Just Imagining It, which is about, like, chronic illness and trying to convince a doctor that you actually have chronic illness, which is, like, depressing, obviously, but, it's like a little 20 to 30 minute game. It's honestly very powerful. The same developer of You're Just Imagining It also did One Night Hot Spring and that trilogy, which are very good, like, queer-themed games, and I highly recommend the Year of Springs trilogy. Also, like, $5 on Steam, so if you want, like, cute, gay/trans stories, I do recommend those quite a bit. I also don't know if the credits are looping, now that I'm thinking about it. I probably should have paid more attention. I know the enemy scroll is looping, but I don't know if the actual names and the credits are looping yet. But yeah, the other big consideration right now for me is, do I keep the full screen layout like this, or do we just have the game fully expanded on screen and just don't worry about my model covering up all of this space? Because I do kind of miss having the full screen layout, I'm not gonna lie, just for the sake of having everything display, like the whole game, like, as the focus, rather than all the, like, branding details, if that makes sense. But again, for some games, like Final Fantasy VII is one I've been planning, and the only problem is my model would cover up, like, the ATB. For Rebirth and Remake, there is the other problem of it would cover up, like, attack information. Or, like, actually no, in Rebirth and Remake it would cover up health, which is not great. So again, like, I feel like having a layout where I'm not blocking anything is good. I also need to work on a 4x3 layout. The only reason I haven't is having to resize my game capture every time I want to do a 4x3 game. And I'm just being, like, slightly, like, procrastinating about that when I shouldn't be. Credits have gone away. I don't know if this is gonna end on its own, or if we'll just have to press plus, or, like, start, or the 3-line button on Xbox. Yeah, I think this is just gonna keep going like this. So I'm gonna assume that, again, if there's anything after that I miss, well, oops. But it doesn't seem like there's anything else.
Kitsune Zero.
So yeah, we can now level select everything all the way up to 8-3. However, if we go back to World 5, we can do bonus levels. However, we're about to hit ad time anyway. That took an hour, which is great timing. So I'm just gonna do the ad break now, I think, and then we will try the bonus levels after. Oh yeah, I kind of forgot to mention this. The ads are ending, so I might as well talk about this. I set up SeriBot to do a thing where I actually will just post when the ads are starting and ending. It's really nice that you can do that, actually. But, hey, actually, why am I pausing the music? I was gonna keep talking. I was just gonna quickly say, I am really bad at remembering to talk about this, so I'm going to make a note of this right now. How do you feel if I shield more often than I do? Because right now I don't feel like I shill very much, like I don't promote goals as much as I probably should, in all fairness. Because I do have, like, donation goals set up for things. Again, I might update the actual, like, bar to say something different in a bit. But, again, I feel like I need to actually mention this stuff more. Below the main channel, you can find a bunch of goals. I have a 100 follower goal, which is Kaizo 1. Totally won't regret that. I set Mario Eclipse as the 10 subscriber goal, which is like a Mario Sunshine ROM hack. Mario Sunshine is one of my favorite Mario games. That's coming up very soon if we go chronologically for my favorite series. We also have a bunch of donation goals in place as well. So for example, if I can raise like $100 in donations, I'll do an all cups run of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is like, you know, main like single player at 200cc, which I'm confident I can at least do okay at that. Genuinely, I don't think a speed run. So here's the thing. I want to do a speed run. I don't know what game I want to do. Like genuinely, I can't settle on a game to learn a speed run for. Years ago, if you can somehow find my dead name YouTube channel, one of my very first videos was a 16-star run. So maybe I can pick that back up at some point. Maybe it kind of depends on how that 8-bit though, like N64 Switch controller turns out, because if that's okay, I might be more incentivized to actually speedrun Mario 64 again. Try to get below like 30 minutes, I think was roughly my time. But I also would kind of like to learn Celeste, because, of course, the trans girl who's very much gushed about Celeste in the past would consider speedrunning Celeste. And there are a lot of other games I would consider speedrunning too, but I need to make a list. I also want to ask friends to race games too. Yeah, speedrunning Celeste is hard. I know like one of the top runners ended up quitting because he just could not handle it anymore. It was like too hard on his hands to run that game. So he just moved on to a lot of Zelda speedruns, if I recall correctly. You're down? Yeah. I want to ask, like, Amy to race an Icy maybe also. Like, get my Sonic crew together to, like, try to race a Sonic game at some point. And see who can do the best. But I don't know what game, because it's like... You know, like, Icy likes Adventure 2, Amy doesn't, for example. So it's, like, hard to find a Sonic game that I think would work for a race. Like, I lean, like, 2D, like Mania, just because I think it might be a little bit easier, but who knows. But again, I kind of want to do collabs. I want to ask friends to collab. I need to actually put out my Discord server more, because I did make one. However, I have not promoted it whatsoever. I've also deleted and remade it multiple times. Minerva can attest to this, if you ask her. So I need to actually, like, invite people to that server for the sake of potential collabs in the future. To be fair, there's a command. There's a command I do have set up. I just never talk about it because I'm trying to keep it on the down low. Because I don't know entirely what I'm doing with this server. Truth be told. Yeah, maybe I can get that set up at some point to try to actually get collabs going, because that'd be fun. An archipelago would also be neat. I've never done an archipelago, so I think that would be really fun to attempt at some point as well. But yeah, if y'all want to collab at some point, let me know. I can't guarantee because my schedule is so weird, but like I would be curious to try to do like collab stuff at some point. But yeah, we'll see. I make so many plans, too many plans for me to actually carry out in my lifetime, probably. Especially if I throw in like all sorts of long ass games with these plans. But hey, better too many plans than not enough plans, in my opinion. I'll never run out of ideas because I have too many. And this little Snow Fox head of mine. Alright, to access the secret worlds, we have to go back to 5-1, if I'm not mistaken. I'm at a weird angle. I'm actually going to reset tracking for this angle, because this is slightly more comfortable. But basically, I showed this before, but all you have to do is go to the left here, and you have this little secret pipe. This will take you to the leather worlds, a la Mario the Lost levels. Will they be as difficult as the Lost levels? We'll have to wait and see. I don't know what to expect from these. I'm expecting pain, to be honest. Alright, no star for us, that makes sense. Ow. Yeah, I really botched that, but it's fine. Okay, that's rude. That's actually not that bad, okay. But yeah, I definitely would like to try to come up with collab ideas, even just multiplayer stuff like Fortnite. Like, I'm really tempted to try to get a Fortnite stream crew together. I have a few individuals in mind for that, but just need to work up the courage to ask. My only issue is I don't want to become like pigeonholed of like, oh, I just stream Fortnite all the time. I don't want to be like a Fortnite streamer. What the hell am I looking at here? This is like some wild level design. Just visually speaking. You like it as your static? Oh. Okay. We lived. For now. Oh. This looks mean. A game you can fall on if, nothing else. Yeah, that makes sense. Now, do we have to enemy bounce? We do not. Okay. The power-up is here. Damn it, I got greedy. Yeah, it's a good, like, backup game for me. I've done that a few times. I want to make web fishing also a backup game. Like, if I just don't know what to stream, I could just do web fishing. And maybe I should try to get like a web fishing crew together also. Again, I have so many ideas for collabs, like, I could do. Yeah, it's just a matter of trying to organize stuff. My issue in life is just, I often am not the person to organize things. I often just let others organize things, and then I tag along. I may have been compared to like a duckling at some point in my life. That gives any indication of my level of like being able to assert myself. I tend to just kind of follow others' leads, if that makes sense. Shoot, game, what do you want me to do? Okay, that's actually really easy. Now, the question, do they want me to do that again over here? They do. Shoot. So yeah, basically they want us to lead the ghost all the way to the end. Okay. This is admittedly kind of mean level design without checkpoints. Like, if I had a checkpoint, I would not be nearly as nervous as I am now. Case in point, but without checkpoints, this is actually a really scary jump. I'm gonna take the top route this time. See if we can get that power up. Because that might help quite a bit. To have like an extra buffer for the early part. It's actually really easy too. Yeah, like Kitsune Tales is just a nice vibe game. Oh shoot, so much for getting a power up, I guess. Okay, this is like getting to Lost Levels territory, like unironically. Yeah, this is very Lost Levels in design. So I feel like these 4 final worlds are going to be a problem a little bit, but I don't think this is anything I can't handle, is the thing. So I'm gonna be stubborn and try to push through if I can. Oh shoot, you can just run off that. Cool. Good to know. I don't know if I want the fire flower is the thing. I also don't know how despawning works. Like how far away I can go from it. Alright, so now we lead the ghost. This is probably at the end of the stage, right? Because we've been going for a while here. Ah, shoot. You really have to, like, let it go. Like, more than I expect every time. I can't even remember what I had as other goals, but again... I do want to, like, push, like, stream goals more, just because, like, you know, backup revenue source, because I don't exactly have an income at the moment. Obviously, again, no pressure to support if you can't. All donations and whatnot are totally optional, but appreciated nonetheless. And just hanging out is part of the fun. A reward in itself, basically. Ultimately, streaming is kind of meant more as a hobby, but again, there's monetization in there, just, you know, just in case anyone wants to, but again, not required by any means. Wow, you can actually make that really quickly. Good to know. I have a really cursed idea for an incentive. Which is like Sonic Freeriders. But I actually don't have a Kinect, is the only problem. I could get one, but I don't know if I want to subject myself to that. But like, I'm curious though, it's like one of the only Sonic games I've never even tried, by the nature of it being a Kinect game. So I'm like, I have this morbid curiosity with bad games. Like, I'd be someone who would genuinely, unironically try like Battle in Wonderworld just to see if it's as bad as everyone says. Cause like, I'm kind of a stickler for like, forming my own opinion if I can on a game. It's like, I love a lot of bad games, like, quote-unquote, like, bad games. So, like, I kind of always am mildly curious when a game is, like, really terrible, supposedly. And, like, it almost makes me more interested in it than, like, dissuades me from playing it. It despawned, okay. This is really particular, and we're only in level 1 of this, so... mildly nerve-wracking. Alright, I'm attempting to... I was just picturing that meme format, and god, if I had artistic ability, I would love to do this, but the meme where it's like, you need to take this seriously, and then like, they're like, no, too serious. And I just think of one that was done for Proton John, with Dana. Where it's like Dana becomes like a hyper-realistic fox, basically. I'm picturing that though, but like for me. Like just an actual snow fox being like, yep, too serious. Like, the BizHawk Shuffler I'm currently planning, it's at 30 games. I might break the list up into 2, just because it's so big. But basically, I have compiled a BizHawk Shuffler of my childhood games. Or the games I grew up with, specifically. A lot of them are PS1 and Game Boy Color. And a lot of them are questionable. You know what I want to do for something really stupid? Is I want to learn how to use Parsec for the weirdest game, Muppets Party Cruise. I actually, on like the same day, got like, well, technically it wasn't my copy, it was, you know, to a sibling. But we got like Muppets Party Cruise and Disney Party on the same day, and I have this like temptation to try to do like a bad party game marathon where I do both. and like try to set up like a parsec to actually try to play like Muppets Party Cruise multiplayer. Because I've never done that before. I remember disliking both games and just wanting to play Mario Party instead, I'm not gonna lie. So I would almost be curious to see what my opinion of those games would be now. And I know, you know, Muppets Party Cruise has a bit of a meme status here. Alrighty, this is some interesting platforming. I also really need to sneeze, which is not great. You might borrow that cursed shuffler idea? Interesting. Yeah, feel free. A lot of my ideas are not very specific. I also, speaking of taking ideas from people, I have considered trying to organize some kind of like backlog roulette stream. I don't think I would have chat vote on it, just because, you know, small audience size at the moment, so I think I'd just be more like high risk, where I just roll a random game and go with whatever it pulls and for like half an hour. The other issue is I only do like 3-hour streams, so the other problem is data caps, so I can't be like re-downloading PS5 games constantly. Yeah, I'll just take the hit, I don't care about trying to do this like clean fight. I'd rather not just die. Well, that world was a lot rougher than the main ones. No wonder they're the secret worlds. Oh god, the faster enemy speed would make the ghost jumps very difficult, actually. So yeah, hard mode that might actually be a bit of a challenge. Okay. Unlike Mario Lost levels, there should be 4 letter worlds, so we have about 9 levels left. Including this one. Huh. Also, I haven't really been checking pipes at all. I don't know if there's anything hidden in them. The only issue with this cursed shuffler idea I have is because I'm doing childhood games. I had a very insular gaming lineup by my own choice because I was like a 5-year-old and made poor life choices. However, because of that, I was very stubborn about playing games from franchises I didn't know, which feels weird, right? As I'm playing this little, like, cute indie game right now, which I definitely would not have played as a child, most likely, by not actually being Mario. However, because of that, a lot of them are licensed games, so, like, I'm a little bit worried about, like, copyright by the nature of doing this stream. So that is a slight concern I have. I might have to like hide cutscenes, like just be on the ball, it's like mute or something. Like the one I remember being on there that definitely would be a problem is Treasure Planet on PS1, because that uses like straight up scenes from the movie for cutscenes. I want to see that movie again. It's been a long time and I remember liking it. I had a realization, I guess I'll talk about it more when we do the Cursed Shuffler if it comes up, but I had the realization somewhat recently, and by that I mean within the last year, that like Treasure Planet might have been a very awakening for me. Because of Captain Amelia. And it's like, yeah, either that or Rouge the Bat, I'm not entirely sure which one it would be, but either way. Alright, oh, I landed on the lip of the pipe. I did not think I made that jump, actually, so that genuinely startled me. I did not have more issue. Oh, okay, I'm just running. I'm just gonna PTFO. Okay, okie dokie. The other issue I have with, like, the Cursed Shuffler is just... I have a lot of PS1 games on there, and the problem with, like, BizHawk is it plays the PS1 intro every time. How many games are just gonna be stuck on the PS1 boot-up screen? there's a chance that there's a disproportionately high number that are, which would actually be funny in all fairness. I'm worried about this level. I'm worried we have a Mario 1 maze on our hands here. As in we have to take like the right path. Or a loop kind of a thing. Because there was no like indicator that there is a quote-unquote correct path. I think we're fine, but I'm nervous nonetheless. Also, wow, that was bad timing on that star power-up. Or you can just jump over me so I don't have to worry about anything. That works too. Thank you, Mr. Demon Warrior. So that just makes me want, like, Kitsune Tales in Fortnite. As illogical and unlikely as that would be. Like, put Yuzu, Ako, and Kiri in Fortnite. Let them use guns. Actually, that's a really good question, now that I'm thinking about it. Are there any indie games in Fortnite? Because I don't feel like there are. Like, most of the games represented are like, you know, AAA type games. And if so, what indie game would make sense to put into Fortnite? Lethal Company and Among Us. Oh, I forgot, actually. See, I'm almost amazed Shovel Knight isn't in Fortnite. Just by the nature of Shovel Knight being in everything. Okay, we can actually test this finally. If we don't die trying. Just easier said than done. I am struggling a lot with that for some reason. That trend has died down recently, true. They are putting him back into, ukulele. Or Yuka Replay. I still can't decide if I love that title or hate that title. Because on one hand it's clever, on the other hand it's a bit of a mouthful. No, it's Yuka... Is it Yuka Replayly? Yeah, it's kind of, yeah, awkward to say. I get what they're going for though. It's kind of like the rumors of like Banjo like 3E being like a pseudo remake of the first game that was like that like acknowledges like the meta aspects or something like that. And then you have the games like Conquer Live and Reloaded. Damn, that sure is a series that exists. You have like one lower GBC. Actually, now that I'm on the topic, I wonder if Pocket Tales will ever end up on Game Boy NSO. Tukalele was right there for the sequel, true. I wonder if it will get a sequel. Oh wait, it did. Impossible Lair. I kind of forgot Impossible Lair existed, which is a shame because it's apparently a really good game. It just was never on my radar. Partly because I didn't like ukulele that much. It didn't help that I ran into a lot of glitches, and I played after all the patches were out too. The one boss that's like on a minecart track, it glitched, it soft-locked. It was a known soft-lock apparently. And then the final boss crashed on me. So yeah, ukulele did not put its best foot forward. I hear the Switch version is actually better optimized in some ways. But because of that, I never really got into it, which is a shame, I feel. Because it's like, it should have been my kind of game, but it just never really resonated because there were always so many hurdles from glitches and such. Damn, that was risky. I should not have gone for that. Ah, okay. We're alive. We'll just use the shell to... Okay, or I could just miss. That works too. Oh no, this is mean. Oh god. Cool. We made it. Yeah, it's a very different sequel, but I hear Yuka lately in the Impossible Lair is very good. I'm pretty sure there's an achievement for beating the Impossible Lair, like, first try, which is like... That sounds like a nightmare. No thank you. Speaking of, no thank you, I don't like a level where the ceiling is sealed off and you have constant hammer bros. That just feels, very rude. It's clever. It's a very clever idea for a stage. It's just like, oh, they can jump down. Huh. I guess that makes sense, because hammer bro logic, but... On the other hand, I'm also like, ooh, that's scary. Hammer bros, but with, like... in some ways more utility. Trying to dodge all the kappas. Yeah, no, this is pretty rude. Not gonna lie. Yeah, this is the Lost Levels level, yeah. Big Lost Levels energy. But again, it kind of also plays into the Kitsune Tales issue, or the problem I had with Kitsune Tales, where a lot of the hitboxes just felt inconsistent, which made a lot of the platforming that wouldn't be that bad a little bit tougher, because I kept getting clipped by enemies. Shucks. That's scary. Damn. I'm just gonna run for it and hope for the best. Can I get this power up? Oh, you're gonna give me this at the... Huh? I guess that's for, like, coins or score? It's like, is there anything hidden to the left, though? Because it's like, why would they give you a star? Other than if there's something to the left. Like, now I'm curious, but I'm also not, like, wanting to go through the whole level again if there isn't anything. Alright, another castle. Yeah, that's why I'm so confused. It's like, I wonder if there's anything hidden there. I do feel like the castles in the bonus worlds, and again, I kind of was afraid of, like, level design here, just because they did have different level designers listed from the main game. I kind of feel a little bit like you end up with, like, Mario Maker fire bar spam a little bit. It's not, like, overly, like, aggressive, like, in an actual Mario Maker fire bar level. Not to that level, but it does have that kind of, like, energy of just spam fire bars everywhere. And, you know, hope for the best. Alright, one more world left. Again, I'm amazed that was that simple, actually. I've also noticed a couple of glitches where it'll fade in, it'll like snap in, and then do a fade in. Like just a little visual glitch. But again, this game was made in a very short amount of time from what I gather, at least the original. So things like that and the weird like hitching occasionally, I think are completely valid to like, you know, the small scale development of this project, but it is just something I've noticed. It's not like a deal breaker by any means. I've kind of gotten used to like the input lag at this point. Why do I feel like that's a trap, actually? Also that lower path, but it doesn't feel like there's anything down there. Yeah, it almost feels like the game is getting easier. These last couple levels don't feel that bad. Well, it worked. It took damage, but it worked. Oh no, fear. No problem. Yeah, totally no problem. I wasn't nervous at all. Alright, D2. 2 more levels left if my count is correct. Okay, that's interesting. Huh. The tile layering of this level feels very like Mario Maker, like kind of energy, where it's like, it doesn't feel like it's like, this part doesn't feel like it's entirely tiled correctly. Not like a huge deal, but it just kind of stands out as visually jarring. Because it's so like floating, not attached to anything. This is kind of like a pirate ship, actually. This is kind of neat. Oh. Ow. I also feel like another, like, very small thing, this is not like a major critique by any stretch of the imagination. It's all overworld in castles. There's not like any other, there's not like an underground, there's not like a, you know, underwater. It's like, it's all kind of like... The environments themselves are actually pretty varied, but the theme, the framework of the levels themselves are like very much just overworld and castle. But again, this was a game made in a very short amount of time. I cannot, you know, fault a lot of things that this game does or doesn't do. Just gonna run for it. Again, that does feel easier than some of the levels we went through. Again, it's like a reverse difficulty curve. I mean, I'm not opposed to this kind of not completely kicking my ass. However, it does feel a little bit imbalanced in that regard. I half expected, oh, I see what they're doing now, I get it. It's to flip the kappa so you can get a shell to take out the... God damn it. Take out the enemy. Alright, we just have fireballs throughout the entire thing now. Something tells me we're going to be on this level for a bit. So we'll see if my hunch is correct on that. Or you can just jump over it, and that almost got me killed. Yeah, this should be the last level. Oh, that's rude. Oh, this is really rude. Oh. I don't know how far they're gonna take that concept. Very far. Oh my god. We're hitting max trolling here. I don't know how to feel about this, to be honest. It'd help if I could stop kicking the shell the wrong direction. But yeah, there's something a little bit haphazard about this last level, compared to the rest. God damn it, it did it again. Yeah, it feels a little haphazard. Where it's like you're fighting invisible floors, which just to me feels like a little cheap more than anything, because the game has not really introduced that concept very well through the rest of it. But at least that's how I'm feeling at the moment, where it's like I don't remember anything like this earlier on, so it just comes off a little cheap. But again, it's the last level. If we can get past this, which I'm sure we will eventually, we'll be home free. Or I can just run straight into lava. The enemy always jumps, like, immediately, so I'm just gonna do that, not worry about the shell. So yeah, there is a fire bar here that's very rude, but I do know about its existence, so... Or I can get clipped on it barely, that works too. So the blocks with, like, a tint to them, you will fall through. Okay, that was rude as hell, but also a very short level. Basically, if a level's really short but rude as hell, I can overlook it a little bit more because it's like, oh well, at least it wasn't that difficult. Anyway, that should be GG. Congratulations, you beat the secret levels. For more challenge, try hard mode. So this should just be the credits again. So we will skip these.
Kitsune Zero.
But for real, that should be the end of the game. For the sake of demonstration, I don't know if I'll do a full playthrough like this, to be honest. The game is a little bit difficult, especially towards the end. But yeah, hard mode just kind of speeds everything up. It seems power-ups still seem to move at the same speed. It's just like enemies move faster. I actually don't know how unreasonable this will get. Especially with like the Hammer Bro style enemies. That could definitely get out of hand very quickly. So I am a little bit curious about that. I'm also not going to finish. You also have a little indicator that's 1-1 each, instead of like 1-1, so say you're on hard mode.
Kitsune Zero.
Yeah, we can't level select anywhere now. I also don't know if starting on hard will like mess up the level select, in all fairness, so I don't know. Also, we can't access D3 directly, which is weird. That might be just like an oversight. But either way, that was Kitsune Zero. Again, this game is very inexpensive, and for that reason, I think it's worth the money. It's a decently fun, charming little platformer. You know, not like super spectacular, but I did enjoy that quite a bit. I hope everyone else enjoyed this little playthrough too. My brain is melting, so I'm probably gonna end here. I did say this was probably going to be a short stream, just by the nature of not having the best day today, but wanted to have a sense of productivity nonetheless, so it felt good to get a game clear in. Thanks for stream. Aw, you're welcome, and thank you for watching. Thanks everyone for stopping by. Thanks for the subs again, Esper. Again, I do have goals below the stream for some stuff. Which again, I definitely need to actually point out a lot more. If you like what you see, you can support the channel in various ways. I also have a Throne account. I have no clue if I even have a command for the Throne account. I'm gonna try this. I don't think I do. Yeah, I don't even have that set up properly. But either way, you can find it below the stream if you want to throw me any additional support beyond just watching, but I do appreciate everyone just watching. Again, my brain is melting just a teensy bit, so I'm probably going to sign out here. I don't even think we have a raid message, to be honest. Because it's like we didn't really do a whole lot. It was just kind of me playing the game. Nothing like funny or cursed happened. But again, I almost want to do a raid. But I don't think I have a raid message. But yeah, overall, I really enjoyed Kitsune Tales. I really enjoyed Kitsune Zero as well. Very fun time. I recommend both quite a bit. If you like Mario style platforms, if you don't, then you know these games are not necessarily the most fun thing in the world. Just because they are a little bit challenging and kind of expect you to have that knowledge of actual Mario, if that makes sense. Not just going in, you know, completely. You know, I don't think this would work as like someone's first platformer, just because it is a little rough, difficulty-wise, and it can be a little cheap at times. Like that last level with all the invisible shit, that's a little much, and it could definitely throw you off. But yeah, I did enjoy that quite a bit, so... I'm almost tempted to do a raid, but... I get nervous about raiding people for some reason who I don't raid very often. That's just a personal problem on my end. Just my anxiety. Now that we have many viewers here anyway at the moment. Not to disparage myself, my brain is very melty today. I do apologize for if my energy felt very off today. But the show must go on, as they say. Just a generic raid message. I don't have one quite planned out. Like the joke one is like deploying Fox or something like that. Like we could just do that as like a generic if I don't have anything. We can just do this. But I don't really have anything like stream specific this time. I didn't say anything unhinged for once. Sure, heck it, we'll do a raid. Brain is melting. There we go. What is happening on that stream? Hold on. I didn't know they stream that much. Why are they live? What's the stream title? Anyway, I guess I'm gonna raid someone different than I was planning, because I see someone who's like doesn't stream super often, and I'm wondering what the heck they're doing. So like Tiger Brows is streaming, and their stream title is Speedrunning Hard Mode Before My Friends Send Me to Brazil. And I'm like, what is this title? I think they were doing an archipelago or something. But again, I don't remember the last time we've seen them live, so I kind of want to rate them. Heck it. We'll do it. Again, I've never had a chance to raid Tiger, but we'll give this a try. Hope it doesn't, you know, Twitch doesn't blow up or anything before I can send this raid out. But hi, thank you all for watching. Thank you for being here for yeah. Again, brain is not entirely intact today, but I'm glad I got through a little bit of a stream at least. But yeah, the next stream will hopefully be either Wednesday or Thursday. I haven't entirely narrowed down a schedule yet. But I would like to stream again around another time this week to do that Cursed Biz Hawk Shuffler I talked about, which again was supposed to be today, but ended up moving it. Thank you all for watching, thank you for the support as always, and I hope everyone has a good rest of their evening, or whatever time it is for you. And I hope everyone takes care. That doesn't make sense. Take care, everybody.